After a long day of being pulled in every direction, the last thing anyone wants to think about is what's for dinner. That's where Schwann's can help, with a variety of real food choices, frozen to lock in freshness. From ready-made meals, premium meats and side dishes, to vegetables, ice cream, and more. Schwann's foods go from freezer to table in minutes, not hours, so you can pull off a delicious meal in no time at all. Ordered, delivered, done. That's homemade easy. To help simplify mealtime, visit schwans.com.
And now, a great moment in furniture history. One summer in the early 90s, the Bob behind Bob's Discount Furniture did something that would send shockwaves throughout the furniture business. He eliminated haggling and ended the unfair and insidious practice of artificially jacking up prices only to throw a phony sale. What remains unanswered is why he would end such a lucrative scheme.
It was the right thing to do.
It was the right thing to do. This has been another great moment in furniture history. Watch furniture history unfold at mybobs.com.
Secret hour is over.
Secret hour. Oh, when was this? This is episode 180.
180.
We had, what a wonderful conversation. We had a heart-to-heart.
We really did.
Let me take this music down here. I got the background, the keys, music, bebopping in there. This episode is, I don't even know what to call it, like male enhancement.
Male enhancement. Oh, eugenics.
No, because I have examples of it.
Oh, yeah.
I have examples of it. But we recently, I thought I had spoke about a show. I thought I mentioned that there was a traffic jam up on Mount Everest.
Yes.
And it was when I thought I had it written in the book here, and folks, listeners, I do try to write down some ideas of things I'd like to talk about, even though we're in Key Largo and it's beautiful. The sun's just setting. I'm watching it's 8:25 after. Yeah. And there's the sunset behind the palm trees here. It's a beautiful night, a little breeze.
A little bit of
we had a wonderful talk right before. We did a show. And then we had a heart-to-heart.
And then we're doing another show. And the sky is purple and pink and beautiful.
Yeah. I wasn't going to give up the topic or anything like that. I'm just saying we had that. It was nice. It was a coffee clutch, coffee talk.
Yeah, coffee talk.
Coffee talk. And, because we are friends. We're not just people. The reason why we do the show together is because we get along. Yes. We're friends. You get along with your friends.
And we have a similar humor.
Well, we feel we could tell each other things that. And that's the way, I think the way you should be. Someone could tell you, what they think about, hey, Jim, that's kind of.
There's your opinion.
Yeah, that's kind of bad right there. But we get back to the Mount Everest thing.
Mount Everest. I know. I
thought it was last week. Last week, and they issued 320 permits. And climbing season, there's a short window with the storms and stuff like that.
Pretty much, they said it in May.
Yeah, there's a small.
It's the best climbing season because it's the least amount of wind and the least amount of snow.
Yeah, and then they set up the lines. And if you ever saw that movie, was it Everest, the one?
I don't know.
There was In Thin Air. There was a bunch of movies that came out. I saw movies back in the 90s, actually. There was about two guys up in the Andes in South America. But the one with Joel Edgerton, I think it was Joel Edgerton and Jake Gyllenhaal.
Isn't that where the airplane went?
That's alive. That was not a climbing one because they were going downhill.
Right, yeah. They crashed.
They did climb a little. They had to go climb down the hill.
They ate butts.
They ate people, yeah. And they used, I remember when I was in college, I was taking sociology, and there was the taboo of eating human flesh, and they defeated that taboo because they were from Argentina. I think they were Argentina or Chile. Chile.
Soccer team.
They were actually a real football team, like one of the ones that played like Gaelic football, like almost like rugby.
Like a rugby?
Like a rugby version. I think because they weren't football, soccer. Football, which the rest of the world calls, and I apologize. I realize football is soccer around the world,
right.
But they were playing a rugby style football. And they crashed in the Andes Mountains. And it's they were a Catholic society. And how they defeated a taboo, because they were low on supplies and they needed protein or food. They had food, which was people. And I hate to say it, if that's what you have and you need to survive,
frozen.
And they were frozen, and they're dead. There's no way you're going to bring them back, and you're not bringing them back down the hill to bury them.
Right.
They are there to help you.
Didn't they only rescue like 7? Something like that?
I don't know. I thought, ooh.
There was a lot that that perished during the crash.
And then perished afterwards.
And I want to say that it was ones that perished afterwards is the ones that they ate.
Yeah.
But because I believe that the ones that perished initially were pretty messed up.
Okay. Well, you know, we are in the tropics.
Yes.
So we don't have, if we had to do it, we had to do it. You have to do it really quick because you don't have the preserving qualities of the ice.
Right. Well, did you hear that about the crocodile thing?
What?
About the croc? There was a okay, when I stopped in to see you on Monday.
Yeah.
And that crazy lady that was sitting next to me, I don't know.
Oh, the 13-foot one in the canal?
She was talking about the one in her canal.
Yeah.
And that is
they posted it.
Same croc that they had trapped and removed from that canal like 8 years ago. Mm-hmm. And it had gotten a dog, a very large dog.
Emily.
That was her
Her
name?
dog, yeah, but it was swimming in a canal. It didn't get it. It just bit it.
Well, it killed it.
It did kill it?
Oh, it killed it. But it bit it, took it down, and then when they hid it in the mangroves underneath like the roots so that it could go back later to eat it.
That's what they do.
Not until it was rotten.
They had to tenderize it.
It was gross.
Well, that's the way they do it.
But the FWC
they do that with steaks.
The FWC officer that responded to the scene knew it. So he was like, I know where this croc lives. I know exactly where it's at. And they went and they recovered the dog, who was freshly dead. And when they were able to pull him back out, he only had a massive puncture wound to his neck. He was drowned, of course. And he was not like...
And they resuscitated. Like a Frankenstein dog.
No, he was not Frankenstein.
Oh, that would have been fucking great.
I know. He's not Pet Sematary dog. But he was still non-decomposing.
Oh, so she stuffed him.
So they were able to go and bring the dog back and have the owners bury him nicely. And he still looked like he was normal. He just had a puncture.
So they had you. Well, you don't need anybody to be. You don't have to be really nice looking to be buried. Matter of fact, if you're going to bury me, I don't want to be nice looking. You could put me in parts. Well, actually, I don't want to be buried. I want to be blown up. I want to be burnt.
You want to be? I don't want to be blown up.
I want to be composted.
Oh God!
With a tree, they just started allowing that. I don't know how we got this, but what do we call it? What do we call it today? What do we call this episode? Male enhancement. Male enhancement.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, we'll have to get back into that. But I don't want. You know what I thought was cool?
What
was the cremation? And then they use your ashes and they mix it in with the cement that they use to make as the new coral heads. And then when they go and plant new coral... But
that's not saying like, if you're composting, you're taking your body and the tree or the vegetation is doing...
it's rebuilding. But the coral would be the same way. Like you're...
I know, but you don't have to spend any energy. I know your carbon footprint is a lot higher when you're burning someone.
Okay, what about... the worms crawl in, the worms crawl out. Like
that's awesome.
Right?
There was a Ren and Stimpy thing. Ren and Stimpy, you remember that? On MTV? Was Ren and Stimpy?
Yeah, yeah.
And they, I think they were living underground or something like that. Or something like that. And all of a sudden, they would say, well, they were living in a coffin maybe or something. And all of a sudden, there's a knock on the door. I don't know. I may have been drunk or high at the time. They saw it, and they say, don't, and they're doing the French accent, don't open the door right now. It's Mr. Worm. And all of a sudden, they open the door, and there's a worm. And the worm that, gets you when you're dead. Oh, and it just goes right through his eyeballs and everything. But that's the circle of life.
Yeah.
Hey, we are stardust. That's the way I view it. Yeah. Hey, you're not particularly a religious person.
No.
But, we come from the hearts of the suns.
So
our bodies are the elements in our body. When you hear that song by Crosby, Stills, Nash, we are stardust. We are stardust. We come from the hearts of suns.
So
it's more beautiful.
Be one of those people that they put in the rockets.
Higher carbon footprint, no worse than, oh my God. They put you a little lipstick size thing.
All right, I know what it is.
What do you want me to do? You
You can be part of the additive that builds the concrete posts that holds the electric car chargers.
Chunk me up. Chunk me up and feed me to the sharks.
You want to be fed to the sharks?
I don't care. Put me in the food chain. Put me in the food chain some way.
Like that idea.
I don't want to just... I don't want to be in a cement box that has a wooden box or a metal box inside it, sitting in there for 400 years.
Right.
Because you know what? People don't maintain... Unless it's
nobody's going to
the tomb of Tutankhamun and even King Tut. What did they do with King Tut? Once they found his ass they drag it out and dragged his ass. I mean, this guy gets to travel a lot, but he's dead now.
Yeah,
and everyone's taking a look at him.
They did a bunch of weird DNA tests on him and his remains.
And to find out that he married his sister.
Yeah.
He's a child incest.
He was his sister's son or something like that.
I know.
It was all incestual.
How fucked up is that?
Well, I bet you he did not have to take...
Eugenics? Well, he was probably gay. He didn't have any kids.
Oh, that's
I don't
true.
think he had any kids.
Well,
okay, that's good. That was a good segue.
I'm wondering if the incestual part made it so that he couldn't have kids.
Okay.
Who knows? You never know.
Oh, not like a mule?
Well, it causes,
sterility?
It causes genetic deformities.
Yeah, but that's not the first one they recorded. That's
true.
I think they call that the Habsburg chin.
Yes, I was just...
You were pointing that, I said that. You were talking about the Habsburg chin.
Habsburg chin.
Yeah, which was like the...
and he was the end of the line.
The Witch of the Wicked West.
Yes.
You know, Wicked East, the Wicked West. The Wicked Witch of the West. Okay,
so I would like to jump into male enhancement.
Okay, male enhancement.
Not talking
jump
about...
on it, male enhancement.
Into, not jump on.
That's funny that you said that.
Maybe. My husband isn't home.
Okay.
But anyway.
So there's several commercials, and I'm gonna dissect it. But we have Nugenics, which is steroid. This is different. That's they pitch it first for because men after 40 have a marked reduction in their testosterone levels.
Right.
And then the original Viagra commercials, or which was Smiling Bob.
Yes, Smiling Bob.
Got wood. You know, that was the thing right there. And then recently, I think a Cialis commercial, it's two magicians. And it's they really play all the old sappy things on it. But I want to... Frank Thomas is a baseball player. A retired baseball player. A big, virile-looking black dude, shaved head. Right? Looks like Ving Rhames, only taller. Okay. And they do a fake press conference. Like, anybody's going to go to a fake press conference of this guy who, I'm a spokesman for Nugenics and stuff like that. But what it does is, and his nickname was a Big Hurt. Hey, you know what? Great commercial. But it makes... He goes up there and he says, well, listen, it increases free testosterone, makes your workout better and stuff like that. And he looks at the reporter and goes, and you ladies appreciate it too. And it goes like this. It just says, well, if you want a vigorous man in the day that leads them to nurture and loving, healthy relationship, which is what they're probably saying, to have a full romantic relationship. But what they really want to say is, ladies, his penis will be rock hard. That's what he could have said. He could have just said, you ladies, his penis will be rock hard. Which is not necessarily true because testosterone... It's not Viagra. It's not Viagra.
Right.
It restores... If your testosterone is restored to the level and you don't have any blockage, like you don't have the prostate problems or anything like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it'll restore your previous abilities before. Some guys are good, sometimes are bad. Some guys are premature.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, and premature happens the first time. You have it sometimes. You're going with a girl and stuff like that. You got, oh, geez, right? In the pants. In the pants.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, I never made that thing, but with Frank Thomas saying, like, I know, I could see a bunch of guys standing there having wet dreams. I remember my last wet dream wasn't...
that had to be a long time.
No, it wasn't that long ago.
Really?
No, if you had a really good dream and stuff like that.
You're like...
It's a possibility. A wet dream is
just a very realistic,
a vivid dream.
Yeah.
And you accomplish, you finish.
I heard that men that take.
Ooh. That's funny that happened. Oh, I just did.
Something just hit the table.
And that was early. Yeah. Oh, I just smacked it. So wait, and it just worked out today. I wrote this bit. I wrote that bit up right before I went to GNC.
Oh.
Because recently I've been feeling a bit tired and flaccid. And I've been trying to lose weight.
Yeah.
I was talking to you about that.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to Poland in July and have a wedding. And living in the Keys, just like any place, I mean, you think you're in a tropical paradise, you won't have a shitload. Well, you know what? The way the food system is now, everyone has the same amount of fucking carbs as any place in the United States. Whether you're in Wisconsin, Minnesota, or anything like that,
right.
We're eating the same amount of carbs. And I started eating recently, going heavy protein, vegetables, and fruits and stuff like that, and laying off the carbs. And I was able to drop. I'm thinking I'm 20. Today I was 227.
Wow.
And my heaviest I was 248.
That's like 8 pounds.
21 pounds
in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, in the last 2 weeks, I really lost. Well, yesterday I didn't eat. I was almost like Bobby Sands on a hunger strike.
A really big poop that we'd like to.
That well, that helps too. That does help. But you always have a certain amount of food in your system, unless you're like I'm not a big. What do they call that when you clean out your system?
Detox or
not that detox. I say. I don't do it a lot, so I don't do it at all.
It's
where you shoot water up. You use it
that's an enema.
Enema, or the other thing, the.
Why are you making
it looks like you're tickling balls when I'm doing. I'm doing the thing with the finger, but I'm trying taking a bulb of water and it goes up there. There's another thing. That's the enema.
Like you're talking about the colon
cleanse.
The colon cleanse.
Colon blast.
Yeah.
I'm sure people have seen it when you're going through your menu guide on your cable station and at around the higher 200s and stuff like that. There's always an infomercial. There's one, and I started seeing it like 4 years ago, and my daughter loves it because I go, and this guy, I have one question. I go, read that word. Do you poop enough? And that's the name of the infomercial. Do you poop enough? We never sat there and listened to it and stuff. I never hit it, but I know it's an infomercial for 30 minutes to tell you how you don't poop enough.
Right, and then how you...
there was a woman I worked with at Treasury. You used to say, Jim, and she just started a conversation like this. Jim, do you realize you should poop as many times as you eat during a day? I said, that would be 15 times. And I do not have enough time to poop.
Are you a shy pooper?
I used to be.
I can be a shy pooper.
You mean you can't go into public?
No, it's not that. Like, I can't go... Like, I can go in public, but, like, if I'm in an uncomfortable situation or in a non-comfortable place...
Yeah.
Like, then I can feel like I can be a shy pooper. Like, okay, so my husband...
Every party has a pooper. That's why they invited you. Party pooper, party pooper. Okay, go.
If I go into the back bathroom and shut the door and shut the room going into the room that has the bathroom and have 2 doors shut between me and like regular.
Oh, you need layered defense, right?
Yes, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Like, but you know what?
You don't want anybody.
But my husband is one of those that will just like walk into the room, open the door, turn on the TV, lay down on the bed, which is.
Oh, you don't like someone on the other side.
I don't want him there. I don't want him talking. Don't talk to me when I'm pooping. Like, I'm a non-talking pooper. I'm a silent pooper. I think that's what it is.
I have a friend up in Philly in my fraternity house. He would be shaving, and he'd come up and take a seat right next to the toilet.
You said that once.
Mike Hahn.
Yeah.
I love the guy. He goes, hey, look at me. I'm brushing my teeth. He goes, how you doing, Jimmy? He goes, sit down and take a shit.
Clump, clump. And you hear it like, blump, blump. Like, I don't want it.
Yeah.
I don't...
Plop, plop, fizz, fizz.
Right.
Oh, what a relief it is. That was Alka-Seltzer Plus. Alka-Seltzer thing. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz.
Oh, what a
relief it is. We're fucking old. I'm fucking old. But
I'm not as old, but I'm still fucking old.
No, you're not old. You're not old at all. I'm
not
sorry
a
that I
pooper
brought that
yet.
up like that. And you're not you're a private pooper.
I'm a private
We
pooper.
call you a private pooper.
I mean, like, I have no problems pooping, but I'm a private pooper. Like, I just...
No, you know,
I don't want someone
I mean,
to
I've
talk
done
to me
it.
through the
I've
door.
done it. When I have to go, I just go. I zone out. I don't like having an audience. I don't like having an
Okay,
audience.
so there you go.
But
if you have...
if I had an audience, I would go into them.
See, no, I think that it was...
And I'd own it.
I
And then
think
I'd
it
get
was
up.
my
And
children.
if I had to do it,
What do you do about...
if I had to do it, people say they couldn't do it in public, and I said, you mean if someone paid you like $200,000 and you could just sit in the middle of a stadium and on a toilet and take a shit and wipe your ass and get up and bow? I mean, that would be some 200,000 sick motherfuckers.
Right.
Well, wait, I'd have to get paid a hell of a lot doing 2,000. I mean, they're paying $1 if they're fetish people and stuff like that.
Can they pay more? Like,
Yeah, I think that would be $1 million bucks. I go, yeah.
you're like,
I do it. I do a
Two
tour
guys in a
20
bucket.
times. I'd be set. Invest in mutual funds, health stocks, and things like that, and I'd be done. And then people say, "Aren't you kind of poop in public?" And I say, "Yeah, I am."
Yeah.
And I go like, "Oh, that was a good idea."
I got paid how much for pooping? And you
I
did
paid
not.
$20 million.
Yeah. I got
pooping
paid
in
$20
public.
million to poop.
And
you
you
just went and took
poop.
a shit for free.
Yeah, and you probably use shitty toilet paper.
Yeah. So no, I think you're right.
Okay.
I think I could probably do it in public as well if $200,000 or $500,000 or whatever was on the line.
How did we? It's funny. We were talking about pooping in public, and we were talking about male enhancement.
Well, but male
I mean, we
enhancement-
were talking recently about how the billions and billions of dollars spent on male enhancement for fucking old guys to get hard-ons. They still haven't cured premature ejaculators.
ejaculation? Yeah.
Yeah, the guys that come in and just they
Like
just
I
get
said,
so.
course
Well,
work.
I mean, if you're an experienced dude, I think Bob, I forgot, Chris Elliott in Something About Mary gave the best advice.
The guy with the eyes tie.
Yeah, gave the best advice.
Yeah.
If you're a premature ejaculator, you got to be careful not to over abuse your penis, but it would make sense
Like
to
get the poisons out of the
masturbate.
building first.
Yeah, get rid of it. Flog the dolphin,
Right,
do whatever.
Yeah, that's when he had the
Pet the puppy,
stuff on
whatever
his
you call
ear.
it. Yeah.
He couldn't find it.
No, but to do that before, and it would help. It would help somewhat. And you know what? Or you can just get the first one out of the way. If you're premature, get the first one out of the way. Just go and excuse yourself, excuse you, but it's called a refractory period, I think, in between when you ejaculate and the next time you can reload.
Well,
There you
right,
go.
but you can't piss in that time, right? Don't you guys have a problem like after you? Okay, right, because you only have one urethra, and your vas deferens leads to your urethra.
What do you mean? It's harder to
It's
piss
so-
when you're
when you
erect.
have a hard on.
Yeah.
Because it's
But
open.
after you're done,
right? But if you you're more after you're done, don't you still have a little bit of a time frame where you have to kind of sit there and wait until
that's a refractory period. I'm talking
Right.
about between then and the next hard on.
But
And you're able to
right
pee.
after you're done.
I think I
right
don't know.
after immediately after you're done, you don't have to sit and wait for a little bit until you can pee.
God, that's a good question. I'm looking up to the left.
I will tell you.
I cannot answer that question. I should. Just one of those things. Maybe I'm always right before. I go whenever I'm about to get busy. I just went.
Gotta go right before.
I went. No, I just went. I just
Yeah.
go and say, hey, it looks like it's going to be a good night. I got to go and pee first. I'm going to take care of
Right.
it. And
But
take care
right
of it.
after you're done
Yeah.
trying to pee, right after that, you have to wait for the valves to open and close.
Oh, I didn't. Oh,
Because
so.
men have one urethra, and that is where your semen comes out as well.
What if the valves move quickly?
Which is fueled by your vas deferens. I'm sorry. I don't know why. Mom, why did you make me help you through medical school?
Oh, wow.
God.
That's
Anyway.
I know it's one. You can't do it
You
but
can't
at the
do
same
both
time.
at the same time.
Well, wait.
Now,
They say
women
no, it's
can.
girls. Yeah, because
Women
that's
can.
where you get the squirters. That's
Yeah,
urine.
the squirters are
Yeah.
peeing. They're peeing on you.
They're
They are,
peeing on
yeah.
you guys. People say squirting. I'm saying, hey, this girl squirts. She's peeing in your face. Just.
Yep. How'd you
Yep.
like that urine?
Yep, there you go. Yeah. Oh, a lot of them obviously drink plenty of water because it looks clean. It looks clear. So the first message, years ago when I just remember all these fucking senior citizens making jokes about it. Like this is
what, about
almost 30 years ago.
Or the...
Yeah, they were talking about it all the time and stuff like that. And some of the women were happy about it, and some of the women weren't happy about it.
Oh, really? They were like, okay, well,
they were done with it.
Don't want to get some anymore.
They
just don't care.
Hey, do you see some of the guys?
Well, I know.
You see some of them?
The old
they look
balls.
like little fucking ogres.
Look, he's got old balls.
Yeah, I know. They're going to looking at it and stuff like that. They don't
Remember
take
Big Daddy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, but they used to make jokes of it. And that's Smiling Bob. He was a 1960s guy, and
he had the like ting.
The ting. Yeah, the smile, and he'd go like this and go. And he the best commercial was he's in the pool. He stands up on a diving board, and they're having a grilling party, this pool party, and he dives in, and his swim trunks hang out, and people go, "Oh, impressive!" Like that. So he's popping out of the thing with a big heart on. Oh, it was a male enhancement thing to show his large dick.
Yeah.
Like this, and makes whatever his wife's name was. She's happy, like that. And I go, "Oh wow, is she really?" Right. You don't know how Bob is. Yeah. Bob could be a totally dick. He could be
Bob could be a
total dick. I mean, he may have a big dick, but he's a total dick. I'm not defensive of him because hey, listen, I'm 6'4". I'm not going to go any further than that. No, I'm not going to do it. But Smiling Bob thing is but it was like saying that, you know what? You got a big dick. Your wife's going to be very happy with you. And you know what? I think there are plenty of guys that have very large penises and have unhappy partners for various reasons. Maybe not sexual. It could be because the person isn't loyal. It could be because the person is abusive. It could be because they're terrible. And there's plenty of guys, and there's plenty of guys that have small penises that probably have very happy wives because they're very attentive.
They use other parts of
their body. They're very attentive. They try to be pleasing and stuff like that. So I think it's simplistic, because obviously I think that would mean almost all the women I was with were happy. I don't think my behavior was exceptional all the time. And then the last one, I think is
that my first husband is 6'4".
Yeah? Was he proportional?
Yeah. And that's who fathered all three of my sons.
Was he a burly man?
He is not.
He was skinny?
Very, very, very thin.
Oh, really?
Extremely thin, tall man.
Like me, right?
I'm talking like...
I used to be super thin. I still feel...
I would say that you and him now are very close to the same, but you probably got 20 pounds on Paul. But he's just very, very thin. Like, he's just... My oldest son, we were talking about this a little bit ago when we were talking about...
Yeah, he's a big guy.
My oldest son is 6'2".
Yeah.
But he was... I mean, I had to order shorts or jeans that had elastic in the back until the kid was 14 years old. Yeah. Because he was so skinny, so thin. And Ryan, my son, finally
That's what the tall kids sometimes.
He got fed up with it. And he started going to the gym, started taking whey protein, started taking the pre-workout. Now he picks things up and puts them down. He played rugby through college at University of Wisconsin. Big dude.
You know what's funny, though? If you wait, I'm just saying, if you wait, if you're a skinny dude and you listen to this, eventually, if you work out, you eat protein and something like that, your nature is going to, your bone structure, nature's going to make you and take it. And you'll always miss those days when you were slender. Because I was going north. I was on track to be it was not too hard to guess that if I was on the track of the way I was gaining weight, by 2020, I was going to be 260.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, 260.
Well, and that's actually not
when I got down here,
someone of your height.
No, but when I came down here 12 years ago, I was about 218, 215. Now I'm 10 pounds within the thing. I loved being 218, 219, 220. I love being lean, stuff like that. But this thing where when I saw the thing with the male enhancement, and I told which one is it?
That is Ryan, my oldest son. I'm sorry, guys. I just handed Jim my iPad.
Oh, man.
So he could see my oldest son.
Oh, that's a cute girl he's with.
Oh, I know.
He's lovely. What's her name?
I think that was Sarah.
Oh, that was.
That little girl, the little tiny girl. Yeah,
sorry, Sarah.
That was Sarah.
Sarah.
Sarah. Yes. Now
okay.
This is Ryan playing rugby. University of Wisconsin. So
wow.
Jim is seeing. So Ryan is now a massive human, and he's got very little body fat. It's quite ridiculous.
Yeah.
But the twins, my twin sons, were a little bit more just naturally bigger.
Yeah.
They were naturally had more muscle. They were just, but Ryan was just like
they're like 6 foot though, right?
The twins are about 6 foot, and Ryan is like 6'2". So they've never quite outgrown their big brother.
Yeah.
But if both of them are together, then they usually try to whip his ass. I don't know how well that actually.
You know what? When they say size,
they love their
matters and stuff like that. I can tell you, with if you talk about the heartthrobs in the United States nowadays, you got Ryan Gosling. Well, Ryan Gosling's a bigger dude.
I know this is another one. No, the viewers can't see, but this is a recent one of Ryan.
Wait,
but he's wearing.
Popped away. I got this girl. Wait. Ooh. Oh yeah.
But if he wears.
She's a full body.
She is. She's very tall.
She got a large head.
Is she
still seeing her?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay, forget what he said that.
But
you know what? That's perspective.
She's very tall compared to his usual mommy issues that he dates tiny little blonde girls.
No.
Know.
Well, and the last one was the Nerdy Magicians. Now this one is the most ridiculous.
Nerdy Magicians.
Yeah. They're wearing capes and top hats, and the guy walks up and goes, "Hey, it looks like your performance fell a little flat." And he's holding the wand, and the wand flops over. I mean, come on. What are you trying to? You're trying to do something so kids could. You're trying to do a commercial. I understand. You're trying to do a commercial so you can run it at any time.
Right.
So people will get what they're talking about. And then he says, you want to fall flat, but you want to be vigorous. And he shows the wand coming, snapping to attention.
Right.
And so you can have a happy ending. And then they show bouquet of flowers, show them, which is this.
Right, yes, of the fireworks.
The fireworks orgasm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, it's blatant. And kids are learning these things, and they get it. They get it at 8 o'clock. They say, what's this commercial? It's not there's two magicians. They're not selling magic. They're selling male enhancement. And we're training our kids to detect these commercials. When Frank Thomas goes up there and says, ladies, you'll be happy too. Mommy, why would Daddy be happy with him taking that? Now, the funny thing about it, I wrote this 5 days ago.
Okay.
And yesterday, Jenna and Tyler came in. I was working a double at the bar. And I was feeling a bit flat myself.
You were really just...
Yeah. It was more of a stomach issue and stuff like that. But over the last week, I was feeling...
Spunky?
No, I wasn't feeling as strong. And we had a lot of things going on and stuff. And I thought I needed a boost. And I stopped... Even though I may not look it, I stopped working out as hard. I taught more classes, so I'm still maintaining my exercise.
Right. Spin classes.
At spin classes, and I said, well, I need a little help. So I went to GNC for the hard boner, the boner stuff.
Well, the boner powder, right?
Powder, not for that. I went there and I'm getting natural whey protein because I'm trying to cut my carbs, and if I'm not going to eat a lot, when I'm under a lot of stress, which is completely, even if you live in fucking paradise, and you remember that, whenever, I believe, wherever you think your perfect place of living is, you're going to bring whatever neurosis or problem, you're going to bring it to the same level, wherever you're going to be. Unless you change your life completely and change your outlook, you're never going to be free of it. And my body is wired for anxiety, and this helps me. This is where we connect. This is where we connect. I can talk to you guys on there. I'm in Perry. I get to appreciate. I have to vocalize what it's like to be down here, and it is dark now. And I'm looking at there's just the barest remnants of the sunset on the western horizon, and the stars are coming out, and it's beautiful, a beautiful breeze, and it makes me appreciate where I am, and you should appreciate where you're from. And if you do envision yourself coming down here, I hardly agree. And if you do come down here, I want to. We do have 34 minutes. This is what come and say hi. Well, yeah, it's hot.
Well,
it doesn't get
for people that are not used to being down here.
It's humid. It's humid, but it's not like Texas where you get to 100 or Arizona.
I mean, it's really there's a breeze. It's comfortable.
Yeah. It gets hot down here.
I don't even know what temperature we're at. And I would guess if I had to guess.
Right now, it's like 78 right now.
Yeah,
78 right now, and breezy and dry.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty dry. Without a ton of mosquitoes.
Right next to the ocean.
Right next to the ocean. I did notice, this is going to be bad for TDC funding, there's the wind coming out of the east, so it's blowing up all the vegetation up against the shoreline. Oh. And because we're not a beach, we don't have people coming, we don't have machines that come up and dig that stuff up and bury it. It stinks. It stinks like sulfur.
People don't realize, though, that the reason we don't have beaches, right, because we have no surf, because we are protected by a coral reef.
Yes.
Right. So therefore, when you have the third largest Great Barrier Reef, right, outside 3 miles, 2 miles to 3 miles offshore, depending on where you're at.
Yeah.
You don't get 4-foot waves that roll in when you deal with the sand. And
that's why our surfing.
We don't have a surfing
community
here. You would have to go up north.
If you saw Deerhunter, and Robert Duvall said, "Charlie don't surf." Did you know that line?
No, but I love it.
Charlie. Yeah, well, Charlie. He was in the middle of attacking a village, and he says, "I want to get 3 guys here at the point and all that stuff, and they surf." And they go like this. Well, they're still firing in it. Charlie don't surf. That's what he said. Charlie don't surf. Well, Keys people don't surf.
No, we don't.
They do maybe a little kite surfing.
You could, well, yeah.
You do kite surfing. But you come down here, surfing is not the thing.
It is not.
You could do it up in Miami, perhaps?
Well, actually north, usually even. It's like
further north.
Fort Lauderdale area.
Yeah, because there's still reefs there.
And Hoagie is Hoagie's grumbling.
Hoagie, are you
I don't know if
agreeing
anybody heard
or not
that because
disagreeing?
the microphone number 3 is right under his belly right now.
Oh, that is great.
So we'll have to see if that
can we
shows
hear?
up.
Oh, maybe your belly's rumbling.
Is your belly rumbling? You're just making
Hoagie. Oh, and if you're listening right now, this is Hoagie moving on the microphone, which is fine. I think it's great. Get that microphone right now.
Here.
Come on. Say hi.
Oh, he's sniffing. Nope.
Oh, he's a beautiful dog. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I'll take a picture of him and we're going to post him.
We could.
You're going to be a
our
picture.
cover model for episode 1.
Yeah, he's a beautiful dog. Look at that. I would like, whenever
he's a little old man.
Would he get along with Roxy?
Absolutely. He gets along with every puppy.
Because girls and she gets along with boys and they don't get all.
Oh, yeah, they don't get all territorial.
Nutty, yeah.
No, and well, he's fixed.
And she is too.
And Hoagie is 9.
And she's 12.
He doesn't tolerate, like my neighbor Sean has a Belgian Husky, which if you look at her, you would think that she is a baby German. No, she's not a Husky. She's a Belgian Shepherd. Yeah. And if you look at her, you would think that she is a baby German Shepherd, but she's not. She's 13, 14 months old. But she's tiny. Uh-huh. She's tiny little. She looks like a little tiny miniature German Shepherd. She's so cute. But Hoagie will tolerate her for about 5 minutes, and that's it.
That's it?
Well, because she's got a lot of energy. She wants to play, and he's like, I'm not going to play with you.
That's pretty much the way Roxy is.
Real chill.
This is what Roxy does.
Hoagie looks like a dog snake kind of rolled up on the chair right now.
Oh, that's cute.
He's a good boy.
Okay, well.
He's a good boy. Maybe he needs some puppy testosterone. Maybe it would give him some more energy. He wouldn't be such a lazy butt.
You know what? He looks lean. He doesn't look heavy. So he probably doesn't need anything.
He is a lean puppy. My husband is strict about his food.
No. So he's resting. My dog sleeps like 18 hours a day
Yeah.
and they're running around the rest of the 6.
We do puppy races for a little bit. He does like 4 laps.
Yeah.
And he's done.
Well,
But I'll give you a good picture for Hoagie. I got
okay.
one when he's.
You got one? Oh,
Yeah,
you sent it?
I got some good ones.
We'll put it on the thing. It is 38 minutes. Oh, 39 minutes. I think this is a good time to sign off.
We are 39 minutes.
Yeah, because we got to start talking about future shows. I told you that my idea was to lose weight, so I don't feel so bad when I put on. I think in 2 weeks I could probably put on like 8 pounds.
Really?
I gotta be. Oh yeah, I can put.
See, you're like
maybe,
a dude. All you have to do is stop eating sweets and stop going to McDonald's.
I'm gonna go to
all.
all. Well, yeah. I stopped going to McDonald's. Stopped eating pizza.
I mean, I can look at ice cream and get fat.
Well, I ate ice cream. Yeah, I recently ate a pint of ice cream, and it did not agree with me anymore. The thing about when you deny yourself something, I think lactose. Humans aren't meant to have lactose in milk later in life, but they need it for. They need calcium for bone loss.
Yes.
But the lactose, because milk is generally given to young.
But you can get vitamin C from vegetables.
Yes, you can, from kale and all those leafy green vegetables and stuff like that.
Green.
Spinach.
And broccoli.
Yep, broccoli.
Yep.
Yep.
If you mix it with
if you had that issue where you don't poop enough, there you go.
Well, there you go.
Broccoli's taken care of. It's a natural diuretics for peeing, right?
What?
A natural fiber.
Natural fiber, yeah.
Diuretics for peeing.
Diuretic means it's inducing diarrhea.
Oh, really?
That's what diuretic
Some people like
means.
that. Diuretic means diarrhea?
Yes, absolutely.
I thought that was for urine.
You could take like a bisocodyl or Correctal, something like that would help you poo.
I don't have an issue. I get up in the morning and I drink my coffee.
Yeah, I was going to say, you have your coffee, but you might have a constitutional, your morning constitutional.
Yeah.
That's what Papa Joe calls
That's what
it.
people constitutional, yeah.
Yeah, that's Papa Joe
I watch,
calls it
put
that.
on a little news. I do, Alexa, the question of the day. I do.
And then,
I'm number 1 on the leaderboard in the Keys.
of course you are, you nerd. I love it.
No, but the funny thing, ask me how many people were on it. 2. Only 2 people.
See,
You're number 1 out of 2.
When you know how my mom has been texting me all
Yeah.
these weird random like trivia type questions for the longest time, and then the one that specifically stands out was like, why was there no vice president in 1948?
Yeah.
And of course I gave her the proper answer, and she was like, "You're a freaking nerd." And then the next time she texted me one, I asked you the question, and it was, what was the name of the play
My American Cousin.
that Abraham Lincoln was watching when he was assassinated, and it was My American Cousin. So I just typed what you into my text message response to my mom, what you said, and she was like, "Yup." Like, how did you know this? I'm like, Jim's a nerd too, Mom. We're all nerds. Nerds.
There's a lot of nerds out there.
Yeah, there are. You know what?
There are a lot of nerds. And you know
Being
what?
a nerd is fun.
Yeah, but they're...
inquisitive.
Yeah.
I don't like to...
No, what I'm saying is I'm not knocking them. I'm just saying
I'm very
when there's so many nerds and nerds are the majority, is it a nerd anymore?
No.
Is it something else?
Then everybody else is dumb.
Yeah, dipshits.
Yeah, they're all
Dipshit assholes.
Yep.
And go like this to go, oh, okay.
We have a...
I mean, and there's higher level, lower level nerds. They're like, much like Dungeons and Dragons.
Right,
They
well,
have
that's a geek.
Your 20-sided die
Typically.
question.
Like, that would be geek versus nerd.
Geeky nerd.
Yeah, a
There-
geeky
dweeby. There's dweebs,
Dweebs,
geek,
geeks,
nerds, spazzes.
Oh, it's Mazes.
Spazoids.
I have one of those at work for me.
Spaz, yeah.
We actually
geeky.
we have this funny thing at work lately where there's 2 of the managers and they call them Fuckstick 1 and Fuckstick 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
Fuckstick.
they're literally like fucksticks, like kind of smart people, not really geeks. They probably think they're cool, but they mess up a lot, so they're just fucksticks. Like there's no happy medium. They're not a geek nerd. They're
Well,
not
it took
a
me
nerd
a
geek.
while to get out of the fuckstick mode because I realized
Because you used to be a fuckstick.
I was a fuckstick. I was smart. Always a smart one, but I could screw up. I can make a lot of mistakes. I'm not perfect. But when you're where you're not perfect, then it's all right.
Hey, you know what? As long as you're willing to advance.
Yes. And that's purpose in life. And purpose in life is to advance the podcast.
And we are advancing the podcast.
Yes, we are.
Some new changes coming up.
Yeah.
Still and then we're gonna give us great reviews.
Yes, we do. We're still looking for reviews on Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, iTunes, Downcast, anything you listen to us on. So recently we had listeners in Los Angeles and some.
We had Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills. I hope it's not that asshole trying to sell me binary options. Mm-hmm. I didn't tell you about that.
I know. No.
Oh, fuck it. I wanted to reach out to you. Whenever anybody says they want to reach out to you, say you want to contact me, tell me what you're going to reach out. Yeah. You don't say, you go, I want to reach out to you, and that's the contact. Are you going to
reach out to me with a reach around?
Reach around and cut my balls?
Sell me something?
No. You're going to try to sell me shit. And take some... you know what? You're the fucking idiot, because I have no money. I'm not wealthy. I am not wealthy. Because you live in the Keys.
Are any of us in the Keys? Oh, my God.
There are some wealthy people in the Keys.
Yeah,
I hope...
They don't live here full time.
You know, I also have a lot of unfound hope of becoming one of those.
Someday.
Yeah, who knows?
Someday.
Who knows? Yeah. But if you are listening, L.A., Beverly Hills, you know, what did Pretty Woman say? You messed up big time. You work on commission? You could have had all these fucking ideas. They're not all great ideas, but some of them are
big
good.
Mistakes.
Big mistake. Yeah, big. Suck it. No. But if you are, we're still open to negotiations. You can contact my agent, and I do have an agent now. We have an agent. We have an agent. You can contact if you do want to get a hold of us, and we need to talk. Okay. Well, I'm going to say goodbye. Say goodbye, Jenna.
Goodbye, Jenna.
Okay. Goodbye, Jim. Boom. Oh shit. And I'm an asshole. And it's two things. I know. I'm just kidding. It's not bullshit.
We're not really assholes. We're just kidding.
We're just kidding. We're talking over. You know, it's going to closing time.
Let me music.
Brown cow. Okay.
Pros do it right by relying on trusted brands because your reputation depends on it. Lowe's is here to help by having more of those brands in stock, like DeWalt. So when you need a DeWalt tool fast, you know where to go and where to save. Because we stock the largest in-store selection of DeWalt power tools and accessories of any national retailer. And now you can save $100 on a DeWalt XR 2-tool 20-volt max brushless power tool combo kit featuring a drill and impact driver for just $289. Do it right for less. Start with Lowe's. Offer valid through 6/16 U.S. only.
After a long day of being pulled in every direction, the last thing anyone wants to think about is what's for dinner. That's where Schwann's can help, with a variety of real food choices, frozen to lock in freshness. From ready-made meals, premium meats and side dishes, to vegetables, ice cream, and more. Schwann's foods go from freezer to table in minutes, not hours, so you can pull off a delicious meal in no time at all.